G'day guys, kia ora, my name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because it's the Super Rugby final. Blues versus the Chiefs. First up, congratulations to Sense Rugby and all the Blues fans who waited 21 years for this day. Oh my god, 21 years. I was only about 15 years old back then. And man, this is absolute outstanding performance from the Blues team. You know, when the Blues lost Beauden Barrett to Monopoly money in Japan, I thought this was no way for them to win the game. Last year, when they had Beauden Barrett, they couldn't do it. They got flogged by the Crusaders in the finals. I thought, you know, this year, without Beauden Barrett, good luck making it to the finals. That's what I thought to myself. And it actually looked not that great. Early in the season, in the first couple games, the Blues looked shaky. They tried to play the same style they did last year with a superstar playmaker like a Beauden Barrett, right? But they couldn't do it. They barely scrambled themselves through the first couple of rounds, and then the genius, the brilliance of Vernon Cotter had it completely revamped the way the game is played for the Blues, and he came up with a game plan. As crazy as he sounds, a game plan really no longer required a fly half. Yes, winning a game of rugby, he showed to the world, it's not about having the most craziest kicking game like Eddie Jones has done. It's not about having the craziest fly half that can do all these crazy things, right? It's not about having someone like Hundred Pollard that can kick penalty goals from 50 meters out. It's about the players with the heart and determination and the absolute ruthless attitude, the championship mindset. And that's going to get them across the line. That's going to get them to win the game. The style of rugby that is played by the Blues for the entire season has been pretty basic. Stuff that you probably will see in the under 12 team can pull off. But they do it with perfection. They do it with accuracy. They do it with absolute discipline, professionalism, and it's the heart. How many times have you seen the opposition team like the Chiefs taking the 3 points? First opportunity they got in the opposition half. The Blues did not do that at all this season. Every time they got the opportunity early in the game, they applied pressure. They backed themselves. That is the difference between winning and losing. That is the difference between the Blues choking every season, despite having the most talented team every year, to winning Super Rugby finally 21 years later. It's the mental fortitude. It's something that Randy Couture used to like to talk about, is imposing your will upon your opposition. And that's something the Blues team did throughout the entire season. There was nothing fancy about it. When you run the ball into the defense, you impose your will to get over the advantage line. And that's the difference. That's the few inches you fight for your team. That compounds over a full 80 minutes. You don't need to do anything fancy. You don't need to have Beauden Barrett. And that is just something I'm so, honestly, for the first time in my life, I enjoy the Blues playing rugby. Well, I enjoy playing Beauden Barrett, but first time in my life, I really thought the Blues deserved to win Super Rugby. And I'm really happy for them that they finally achieved this 21 years later. And, they had to play with 4 wingers on the field. That's how crazy this was. I know, Riku Ioane has been pretending to be an outside center for 5 years now. And they had AJ Lamb inside center, Riku Ioane outside center, Caleb Clark, and Mark Talea. And they all played just like forwards. They've disciplined, they understood exactly what the game plan was, and they executed. Executed with perfection, executed with determination, executed with the winning mentality. And they did it. It's just unbelievable. Absolutely amazing. And I'm really, really, really just happy for all the fans, all the Blues fans out there who will be celebrating this monumental achievement. Last time the Blues won, Caleb Clark's dad, I think. Might not be his dad, but his dad won the Super Rugby as well for the Blues. So yeah, Caleb Clark scoring 3 tries tonight. Really outstanding achievement for him. And it's just, hat-trick. The Blues fans call this guy hat-trick Tuipulotu. He was out there undoubtedly carrying an injury, hurting his knee. Not a single show of pain all night. Absolutely heroic effort from the captain. Hat-trick. They call him hat-trick 2.2. And and that's the heart. That's the heart of the All Black. That's the heart of New Zealand rugby right there. I mean, it didn't show us. I'm 100% sure no one can come back from a season-ending knee injury in a week without feeling some sort of pang running out there on the field. And he didn't show a single ounce of pang out there. And he carried his team for every minute he was out there on the field. Huge effort from him. And that's pretty much, the game. The Chiefs, what can I say? Anton Leonard-Brown showing his All Blacks qualities. So TT did some pretty good stuff early in the game. The defense was very, very good. Very absorbing for a very long time. The Chiefs in the first half was able to held out for a very long time. He was raining a little bit playing the Chiefs game. But the Chiefs just didn't really have an exit plan. And, the big weakness of the Blues pack is to their mobility, being able to shift them from one side of the field to another, creates opportunities. That's where a lot of the teams has found their success. And the Chiefs was not able to execute that strategy at all, that get any of that consistency in the field. Damian McKenzie's kicking game wasn't really existent. The one thing the Chiefs did really well is match it up in the scrummaging. They did their homework in the scrummaging. The loose hair from the Blues has been an absolute weapon throughout the season, from Ofa Tuangafasi and even the reserve. What's his name? Not Angus Tavo is the tight head. What's his name? Joshua Fuitua. Both of them were like to do the bit of coming on an angle on you, and the Chiefs have done a really good job, just really pushing the chest out and just turning that chest sideways. I'll probably put in a thumbnail so you can see what I'm talking about. Just turning the chest sideways and keeping him down and not allowing him to kind of like pop in underneath the tight head's chest. Did really well. The Chiefs was able to handle that, but really wasn't able to get any consistency with that range of game that they wanted to play to find success in the Blues defense. But 41 points to take, absolutely brutal performance, and was really interesting to say the least. It was very entertaining game. Very entertaining game overall. So let's have a look at the stats of the game. 5 tries to 1 to the Blues, 506 strong meters to the Chiefs, 250. My goodness. 10 turnovers conceded for the Blues, 13 turnovers conceded for the Chiefs. Again, the breakdown, I saw a turnover breakdown from Finlay Christie. Again, even the backs from the Blues team recognizes the game plan and fill in the roles for the forwards when it's required of them. And that is the difference. That is the difference between the Blues and a lot of teams. They knew where their advantage lies, and they push it. Everybody knew where the advantage is, and they built and they built and they built and they built. Whether you're forward, whether you're back, they can recognize it, they can execute it. It doesn't matter where they're on the field. And that's the difference you see there in the turnovers conceded, 10 against 13. Only 84 tackles had to be made for the Blues. The Chiefs really didn't have too much going for them at all. 17 missed tackles. The Chiefs missed 32 tackles out of 221. 23 kicks for the Blues. The Chiefs hardly executed their kicking game at all. They were struggling to get out of their own half just from the Blues pressure, not able to, even if they did get the turnover, they can't get out of their own 22 because of the relentless pressure from the Blues. And Harry Plummer, 100% goal kicking as well in the rain, in the wet conditions. Really well done. Even D-Mac missed one. Even though that was a really far one from D-Mac, they shouldn't have taken that option in the first place. Just wasted opportunity. You can't win a game of rugby having the mentality to just kick in 3 points and never test your opposition. This is the same mistake the Brumbies made. They try to take 3 points as much as possible and giving the Blues fresh energy to pound them against their try line. And you have to wear out the Blues pack. You can't just go for the 3 points whenever you have an opportunity. It's just how you have to. It's just what you needed to do if you wanted to beat the Blues with the style that the Blues are currently playing. 16 lineouts, 1 loss, 2 loss for the Chiefs out of 6. Bit of raining. The Chiefs had 2 hooker injuries. Somazoni Taukei'aho, actually 1 hooker injury. Somazoni Taukei'aho was out, so Chiefs had a bit of lineout issues as a result of that. Scrum even, only 5 penalties conceded by the Blues. I mean, talk about discipline and talk about just the ability to keep that pressure on, not giving away penalties, concede penalties, lose your own attack. Unbelievable stuff from the Blues team, and it really speaks volumes of the Blues. Excellent coaching. The Chiefs, 12 penalties conceded. The referee giving away 3 penalty warnings before they finally sent a yellow card out for repeated penalties against the tight head, I think it was. I almost said Jermaine Ainsley, but it's George Dyer, yeah. And so it was really, really, really brutal. And let's quickly recap the game and look at what actually happened. So, yes, took about 3 minutes into the game for the Chiefs to have an opportunity to, let's see what happened here. Yeah, it took about 3 minutes in the game for the Chiefs to have an opportunity to kick for 3. And this was really far out. Like it was literally like 50 meters out, almost near the sideline. So you would have been like probably close to 60. And Damian McKenzie tried to kick this one short, complete waste of opportunity, and already tells me that your mentality going to this game is to try to eke out a win and not really play rugby. And the Blues punish you for that. And for that, they've done that for the whole season. They've done it to the Brumbies. If the Chiefs had watched the semi-final, the semi-final, they would know that this is a big mistake. So they didn't get the 3. And the Blues came out of the gate, also making a bit of mistake themselves. There was probably a bit too much kicking from the Blues. AJ Lamb was kicking the ball down the field, maybe because of the wet conditions. Felt like they wanted to kick a bit more and not really, really having the game kind of like a bit inconsistent for the first 10 minutes or so, before finally on the 12th minute, the Blues get into their rhythm. They just got into the 22, just build pressure. Everybody's piling in, pick and go. And then eventually, as they've done for the whole season, Akira Ioane goes in for the try. And yeah, just keeping it tight, cut out the kicking. 7 points to nil. Harry Plummer kicked this one. And it was just easy as that. 14 minutes of the game, the Blues piling on more pressure. The Chiefs was giving away repeated penalties, and then the Blues taking the 3 points. 15 minutes in the game, the Blues put a lot of pressure on, repeated penalties, and this is what I thought was big mistakes from the Blues. I thought this might actually have the because the referee issued the penalty warning, and the Blues immediately went, "I will take the 3," which means they allow the penalty. I mean, first of all, this shouldn't have happened, because if the referee says the penalty warning, you give another penalty later on in the game. That warning should still be there. You can't just say like, "Oh, it's been like 5 minutes. That penalty warning is gone now," right? But the Blues probably did not expect the referee to just remove the penalty warning after extended period of time. It's just not the right decision. Now, there used to be the case, but in 2024, in recent times, that it's not the case, and the referee don't just let the penalty warning elapse after a period of good discipline, because that's just how teams gonna abuse it. So the Blues literally let this one off the hook and then kicked the 3 points right after the referee issued the penalty warning. So 10 points to 3. A few minutes later, the Chiefs got a penalty for themselves. Damian McKenzie kicked this one pretty much immediately after this penalty was taken from the Blues. And 10 points to 3 for the Blues. So after this, 21 minutes into the game, the Blues get themselves just again right in the front foot, typical Blues style. They went for had a penalty. They went for the line out. The line out went for a little short ball. They kind of like was swinging the ball from both sides of the field. They went down to the shore side. Riku Ioane was running down the shore side. He was getting pushed over the sideline. Flicks the ball back in field. His brother, Akira Ioane, got the ball, and he was also getting pushed over the side. And he flicked the ball back in field as he's falling over as well. And they landed in the hands of Caleb Clark. Darks forward for the try. 17 points straight. Just absolute incredible hands. And then the game kind of settled down a little bit. The Blues was putting a lot of pressure for about 10 minutes, just pounding the Chiefs 22. And the Chiefs, they would get the turnover that they can't exit the 22. They would get the turnover that can't exit the 20, can't exit their own half. And eventually, it took all the way to just before halftime, before Blues finally got another penalty. And they just we're just going to go for the penalty goal and tick this over for halftime. So halftime scored 20 points to 3. And after absorbing so much pressure, you think that the Chiefs might have maybe a door slightly cracked open for them. It's especially because the rain was making the conditions difficult for the Blues. That second half, 7 minutes into the second half. How much is it? Yeah, 7 minutes in the second half. The Blues gets their first penalty inside danger zone. They just went, no, we're going to go for the kill. We're not going to take the 3. They went for the try. Got another penalty warning. And the squeeze is on. The Blues just pounding in, squeezing, just putting all the pressure on the Chiefs. They get another penalty. That was for sacking the maul. And then they just kept on pounding. Eventually, Hoskins to Tutu. Eventually there was a yellow card. The Blues was held over the trial, and eventually there was a yellow card to Dyer. And then the Blues went, all right, scrum time. You got a prop missing. Went for the scrum, penalty advantage immediately. Hoskins to Tutu ran out to the blind side, flicked the ball out to Caleb Clark, who was running at full speed. He actually slipped before he even hit the defense line. By the wet conditions, made him just like slip over the trial, like slipped, and he slid over the trial line anyway. So it was kind of a weird situation because nobody was really tackled him. He just slipped and then went over the trial line anyway. So it was really, really fun to see that. 27 points to 3, 61 minutes in the game. The floodgate is starting to open. The Chiefs really wasn't able to cope with the pressure. There was a nice little, again, Blues pounding into the 22. There was a nice little backdoor ball from Riku Ioane to Plummer. Plummer flicked the ball out wide to what's his name? To Perifetta, who crashed the ball center field, and then the ball, the quick breakdown to, everybody flooding the breakdown. Quick ball came out of the breakdown. Finlay Christie, just big long ball over the top to Caleb Clark, goes in for his second try. 34 points to 3 for the Blues. 66 minutes into the game, finally the Chiefs was building a little bit of consistent pressure inside the Blues 22. The Damien McKenzie got the ball middle of the field. A nice little inside ball to Anton Leonard-Brown, who ran through the gap. He was free going towards the try line. Fullback coming up to tackle him. Just nice little offload to his teammate. And Parker went in for the try. 34 points to 10. And that was pretty much the only try. That was pretty much the only point where the Chiefs executed their game plan. And finally, 72 minutes into the game, 61 minutes into the game, did I miss a try somewhere? Yeah, no, sorry. 66. So 66 was the Chiefs try, and finally 72 minutes. Again, the Blues probably already had this one in the bag. I could have probably just kicked penalties and run down the clock and have everybody start celebrating. Nah, the Blues we're gonna go with we know the best. Had a penalty. They went for the line out. They went for the set piece. They pounded the defense, and then pick and go, and then eventually AJ Lamb, despite the fact that he's inside center, picked and go like a forward with his forwards helping him, pushing him over for the try, and for the win. 41 points to 10. Absolute dominance of the Blues team, and really, really well done. Just absolute brilliant, genius strategy, and really big props to the coaching staff, especially without Bowden Barrett pushing through that adversity and getting the results that all of the fans has been looking for 21 years. Yeah, no longer the chokers. So let me know your thoughts about this game, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys a bit later for the Springboks game. And have a good one. Cheers.